Welcome back, everyone, and here we are for more Monster Train. For now, I'm going to continue with our regular runs. Broke our win streak recently with a daring attempt at making Sketches of Salvation work. Got close, but at the end, not quite there, so get back online, get back on track with hopefully a win, and then maybe we check out another expert challenge after the good vibes get rolling. Alright, looks like we got an Awoken Stygian, pretty old school. No exiled or anything. Alright, 2 Sharpens, 2 Ice Tornadoes, Restoring Retreats. Lots of expensive spells, so that could be interesting as far as our trinket or artifact decisions or anything like that. And the Ice Tornadoes obviously have Permafrost, that could matter as well. Like to see a Restoring Retreat, helps us build big floors, and the Sharpen's not typically a huge fan of, but Spike's gonna help, so let's see what we've got. Alright, big fan of Hell's Banner, just let you get going, and we can potentially use it to power out a expensive spell some turns, so do that over the Roots Mask, which isn't bad, but not ultimately that strong. Alright, and once more I'm going to go with the Cultivating Champion here, most likely. It's been extremely good for me. You get extra draw out of it automatically, and then every time it gets hit, it pumps a unit behind it, so you just sit it with a Sweeper or a Multi-Striker, and it does good work. And just wants an occasional heal, so. There are better sources of spikes, I think, in this clan. And yeah, the extra draw is quite big as well here, so. 10 armor. You know, we have these Ice Tornadoes, and I'm willing to gamble on this. Probably take a little bit of higher health, but shouldn't be too bad at the end of the day. So we have a smaller first floor. All of our units take up 2 spaces, so it doesn't really matter. That said, we didn't draw a Train Steward, so I might look to deploy in the middle floor to make sure we can get one buffed from these units attacking our champion. Just go ahead and deploy in the middle for now. Might as well apply some spikes as well, and that's why not. Okay, don't love to see the collector here. Can't really get to it, unfortunately. So we'll just start deploying a few stewards, get our extra energy, and yeah, throwing a bunch of lances at this tank doesn't accomplish a whole heck of a lot. Might as well throw them up in this direction. Wow, so we got both tornadoes on the bottom. That's really unfortunate, but not much we can do. Just go ahead and play 2 stewards, get our extra energy, at which point we can apply even more spikes and these things. Guaranteed to draw a tornado here, and I will fire one off on this floor just to prevent all this damage from hitting the fire, and save our floor a little bit as well. And this, yeah, is already doing great. Oh, let's just get rid of that, and we're in good shape. Spike's helping us out here, making sure the back unit gets eliminated. Okay, just took 5 damage, pretty good start, I think. Would have been nice to get that collector as well. 100 gold, not quite what you want here. But can't really do much about it, so no use crying over it. Not too excited about a 3rd Sharpen. Sting, if we end up with Incant synergies, can be quite good, but we don't have those yet, so I'm not really looking to pick this up yet, especially since we have a bunch of Frozen Lances that, while admittedly much worse, fulfill a similar role with, you know, a small damage spell to the front unit. Don't mind a Razor Sharp Edge though, that can be good with quite a number of units. So pick that up, pretty decent buff. And here we have our choice of a Mollusk Mage to try and get our spell power online. Not bad with restores, can help make them a bit better. Obviously Ice Tornadoes can be pretty strong with it as well. Or we can pick up a Flash Freeze just to have a targeted spell, which is honestly also pretty good. The spikes sort of help in that department. We can eliminate support units by just spiking them to death. So I'll take the Mollusk Mage, it might do good work for us. Okay, and Animus of Will is precisely what we're looking for. Sitting this behind our champion for Cultivate triggers just does fantastic work. More so than a sweeper or a quick unit for sure. So I'd say we're off to a pretty good start, and we're gonna go to the Merchant of Steel, look to improve that unit even further. Okay, Battlestone's a good upgrade for it, Hearthstone not as much. Let's see what else we have. So now we have our option of a sweep unit or a different Awoken tank here. So the nice thing about this version of Ascension is that you don't actually have to keep spamming heals on it, you just need to heal it when it needs a heal, basically. So, if we can pick up a few better heals, unfortunately we don't have any good ones at the moment, so we'll have to be using our restores just to keep it alive, but once we pick up a couple of better heals, we can focus those on the champion and focus other heals on a different tank, perhaps, like the Awoken Hollow. I could also see picking up the Shattered Shell, not too bad. Solves our support unit issues a bit more simply than having to draw Sharpens. So yeah, it's a question of whether we'd rather have a DPS or a tank going here. Let's see. Looks like there's more Awoken banners here. I'm gonna go with the Hollow. I've had good results with that one as well, and it gives us something to put this upgrade on as well, which is nice. So, go ahead with the health and stuff there, and then just a big health upgrade on the Hollow. And you know, the Hollow won't be doing much for the next combat or two, but we can kind of grab it in preparation here. Okay, Mark of Invasion, not what we want to see, but I'm still gonna take it and just take our Pyre health. Be sad about it. Haste as well makes things a little bit problematic. Let's see. Yeah, have to deploy on the bottom, I think, despite the rage. Just gonna have to devote some heals here, but that's alright. Of course, our Mollusk Mage is gonna steal the buffs here if we play it on the same floor, but I do think we still deploy it. That should be okay, and we'll play the Hollow somewhere as well. I think here is fine, so we can put another unit behind it. And I'm just going to eliminate the guys doing the most damage to the Pyre. It's Collector, not our friend this run. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm actually going to go ahead and descend the Collector, just to make sure we get that bonus. Alright, well, now we pick up some spikes, a little bit late. Have to decide if I even want to play these, or if I'd rather just play an extra restore. But we're like reasonably likely to draw more restores, we don't need that many. I'm actually going to sharpen this thing just for the extra attack. And it looks like we win, it's good. Did even get our extra restore as well. Let's just throw these things out there for no real reason. Okay. Solid fight. We took some damage, but we expected to from the trial. Now we have a decent amount of money. Okay, so another Sting. Again, no synergies with it. I don't think it's powerful enough on its own. These two I'm a little more interested in. Glimmer, once again, can hit some back units pretty reasonably for us, and this does a similar job. I'm going to take the Glimmer. It's good with the Mollusk Mage. Giving it 10 instead of 2 is quite a pretty big bump for it. So. And similarly, I could mess in Ice Storm, also good with the Mollusk Mage. And yeah, you know, why not? Let's grab one of those two. Okay, and we can look to duplicate something and potentially get an Awoken unit, or go this way for those things. As far as duplication, I could duplicate the Animus of Will, to be totally honest. Having one behind the Hollow to also eat up some good Cultivate triggers is pretty strong. It sort of makes the flag moot at that point, but I'm not so sad about that. Versus this way, you know, this is always good, and we could use a little bit of Pyre health for the boss, but I'm not too scared. We're doing pretty well so far, so I think I'll go this way. Plan on duplicating our Animus of Will. So now I have to decide if we'd like a Sweeper or a third Animus, potentially. And honestly, with the Restoring Retreat, I'm actually not against a third Animus. Just having them stack up behind these tanks, then eventually descend one, seems good to me. We'll just need to make sure we can improve them in a big way. And obviously check out the caves before duplicate, just in case. This is interesting as well. Speller unit. So we could actually give this our newest Animus of Will, see what it does with it. It will fill up one of these slots, and some of those do tend to be like revenge, so I don't know if that's great. We could give it the Awoken Hollow, see if it gives it revenge. That'd be kind of sweet. Might make the boss a little bit tricky though. Let's see. So yeah, I'm probably looking to give it a spell, come back later and do something neat. Just have to decide if I'd rather give it something like a Frozen Lands, or probably not restore. We need to restore. So Frozen Lands, just to kind of get rid of it, and maybe it comes back and makes us money, or restores Pyre health or whatever. That's nice. Or we can give it a Ice Tornado, because it often reduces the cost to 0 as well, which is obviously great with the Tornado. Yeah, I feel like we're doing strong enough that I can actually do this. I'm going to give it a Tornado and hope to reduce it to 0 cost at some point here. And then duplicate our slightly stronger Animus. And away we go. Alright. Daedalus. Damage shielding the explosives. Slightly annoying, but something we can deal with, I think. Alright, now as far as the descent plan, the middle floor being smaller is actually a little bit problematic. Obviously the Awoken Hollow needs to be on a 5th floor in order to have room, and our champion would like to have the Mollusk Mage with it as well. So I guess it's actually fine, so we can descend one from here to down here. Never mind. I'm being crazy. Okay, so we'll start with Descension on the bottom. Again, we wanted to get hit for all these revenge triggers. Get a Awoken Hollow going on the top. Do I want to throw away a Train Steward? Yeah, I do. Okay, it's a good spot for that one. And here I think I'm actually happy to put the low health Animus on the bottom. It will give us when we play the Mollusk Mage here later, it'll get in the way of buffs less, which is good. So I'll play that one here. And with the explosive on this floor, I'm gonna deploy the Animus at the top. And our champion's still doing alright, so I'll get some triggers going up here. And same question, do I want a Train Steward to die? Yeah, I still do. Still do. Our Pyre definitely taking a bit of damage here. Not a ton we can do about it at the moment. Alright, we drew our creatures. This can survive pretty well right here, so let's do that. And then get our Mollusk Mage deployed as well. The extra energy. How are you doing? Oh, you're actually killing both DPSs. That's great. And here we'll get a Sharpen the champion. Unfortunately, didn't draw any healing this turn, but what can you do? We'll play some somewhat more powerful lances. So yeah, we might actually, at our next Merchant of Steel, look to improve the health on the smallest mage so that gets in the way of the buffs less, because I do like it here, but obviously it's getting in the way a little bit at the moment. Okay, we're still doing fine up here. I do want to go ahead and retreat this, which leaves us room for either a Glimmer, an Ice Storm, or a Restore. It's not going to be the Ice Storm, the Glimmer's just better. Could be the Restore, but that also doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so let's just do one of these. Now we'll just get our champion as healed up as we can, and I think we're in fantastic shape for this boss. Here's the final wave, and we're killing. Fantastic news. Obviously need to get our multi-strikers powered up, but beyond that I think we have a pretty solid strategy right now. Okay, Channel Song could be okay. We have really lots of very good hits with these animuses. The Mollusk Mage sometimes gets drawn by it, that's totally fine. Obviously need to get rid of the Train Stewards before that to be good. Gifts to the Guard, not a bad card. We actually don't want to burn our Restores away, so don't love the consume there, and the Deep Offering, we don't have great synergies, we don't have excess, well, we have some excess energy, so it's not horrendous, but I think the Channel Song's a little bit better. Could still sometimes end up dead if we draw things in a weird order, but often we won't want to play the third Animus on its own floor right away, so we may want to just wait for the Channel Song and grab it later, something like that. Okay, and we can pick up another tank of some sort, maybe a Titan Sentry. I mean, they're all tanks, so it would certainly be a tank if we're picking something up here. The Titan Sentry is the one that makes the most sense to me. We don't have the heals to get a Thorned Hollow as well as our other things going, so we don't want to do that. And the Guard of the Unnamed, we're looking to cast most of the healing spells, which we'll be casting on the same floor as our other tanks, so you won't be getting too many triggers, unfortunately. But this guy can just jump in the way, slow stuff down, and even if we can't give him Endless or anything, he's fine, I think. It's just a temporary tank while we try to descend some of our Animuses to better set up floor. So I'll pick him up. And as far as this, don't need space for sure, so it's just a decision between energy and draw, and once again our hero, our champion, excuse me, draws extra cards, and we have a couple of more expensive spells, so I'm more than happy to grab some energy, despite the energy relic we have already. Okay, we have a Merchant of Steel here and 300 gold, so I don't see any reason not to go this way. We get a nice remove with it as well. Let's see what we've got. Multi-strike? Okay. Like, that's not exactly what you want with these. You'd really rather have just more attack because they already have so many stacks of multi-strike, but it's not bad. Could put 10 attack on this one and then give it a 4th multi-strike. That seems fine. I don't think I want this. I could put it on the Awoken Hollow. It's not awful. We're gonna be looking to cast some healing spells on that floor, and that'll give it that bit of extra armor. But I think I'd rather give it health. Okay, we do find some health in the Battle Stone, so I'll definitely give this the health. Yeah, over the Shark, and I'll give a Battle Stone to the Mollusk Mage again to make it compete with the Animuses a little bit less. So still not done, but improved our units pretty significantly there. Again, the Train Steward's really in the way of the Channel Song, so let's get him out of here. And certainly continuing down the same path with our champion, though Spikes isn't bad, but since they are, you know, going to be on the bottom, but I just really like to cultivate here. And we have a way to apply Spikes anyway, so. Alright, additional attack. A little bit scary for sure. These guys get out of control on later floors, but if we can set up on the bottom and do a lot of damage right away, the extra attack won't be so bad. And our heals are pretty powerful once we get our Mollusk Mage going. I'm gonna give this a shot, possibly regret it, but I think our deck's pretty strong right now. Okay, top floor being smaller is perfectly fine, and we get a reasonable combination of things to start here. Okay, draw our Channel Song, that could be interesting. Need to leave this for our big tank, and I do want to play my units first in order to get the energy bump, so I guess I can play Channel Song first. There's no reason not to just go ahead and do that. We just hope it doesn't hit a Train Steward. If it does, then, you know, what can you do? Okay, that is a perfectly acceptable result. We'll go ahead and play that in the middle alongside a second Animus. Get our energy. This guy, obviously not quite as strong on the top floor as he would be lower down, but still might as well play him. And we're now killing here, so that's great. Let's just think for a moment. I do want to kill this. I guess I might as well do that with the lands. And then we can either choose to play an Ice Tornado or just a Glimmer. I think I'll just do the Glimmer for now. Alright, we got our Spikes. Can't unfortunately play 2 units this turn in order to get our extra energy. I do want to play this. I think I want to get some Spikes going as well. And I have to start healing our champion a little bit here. It's a bit of trouble. This guy's just hitting a bit hard. Alright, Mollusk Mage is great. Means these are going to start doing quite a bit more. Alright, do I want to descend here? I think I still want to go ahead and do this. We'll draw more heals. It'll be okay, I think. Respite is definitely welcome, and we'll just continue to throw the big ones here for now. Didn't get much healing done on the Awoken Hollow. We really need to find a big heal. That's the next big thing we want for sure. In the meantime, definitely play this Razor Sharp Edge. I think down here, and I might as well fire one of these off. And we're killing the boss, great. So don't have to worry about too much. That keeps exceeding my expectations, which is always good. Got our extra money, and let's see. Okay, there's the big heal we wanted. That's fantastic. Not too interested in the Custodian or the Preserved Thorns, so that's really nice. And don't have any discard synergies, I don't believe. And this stuff's just a little too expensive to play on its own at the moment, so just take a skip there. The big heal's really nice. Okay, let's see which path we're going down with this thing. The gain 25 gold. I'm still gonna let him keep it. Hope he makes it free. That would make it quite a bit better. Alright, so now we have our choice of money, duplication, health. I think I'm more excited to go this way, try to spend some of our cash, get an artifact, why not? There's nothing I'm so excited to duplicate that I want to go the other way. We can certainly use a second focus growth, but it's not a wow, and we can perhaps make the one we have a bit better, so... Check this real quick, just to see what the options are. Okay, magic power, holdover, reduction, those are all good. Sting spell every turn or extra health. Neither is great. The Sting spells, I think, are actually going to get in the way. You draw so many cards with the final upgrade of the Sentient that you really don't need to be drawing much more. And again, the Stings just don't do much for us. So I'll take the 3 health, it's fine. And here I'm going to actually go ahead and reduce the cost and give this holdover, and then check out our cave event before spending more cash. Okay, we get... ooh, alright. The massive stones are looking really good here. So our friendly units are going to get extra attack for each blight in our deck, which we end up with, what, like 5 or something? So, yeah, giving 10 attack to all of our enemies is just completely insane. Yeah, definitely better than this other stuff. Obviously drawing the extra blights, not so good, but as I mentioned, we have plenty of draw going, and now we actually have a holdover focus growth as well. That'll make it even easier. Alright, 10 magic power, really nice on Ice Storm, really nice on Glimmer. I'm gonna choose the Ice Storm, I think. And do I want to purge? Do I want to re-roll? Let's see, here we have another magic merchant. We'll probably end up going this way. I think I'm actually going to go for the purges. Again, the train stewards are just extremely bad, so we need to try to get those out of the deck. Okay, feeling reasonably good here. Okay, we have our stealth boss and stealth units. It's a little bit scary. Do I care about Spell Shield? Like, it would be nice to take out the stealth guys with, you know, a Glimmer or an Ice Storm or something like that, but I think we can handle it for 150 coins. Shouldn't be so bad. Okay, the bottom floor's smaller. So I think we'll just avoid this and chuck the Titan Sentry down there at some point. He'll do something while we go ahead and set up on these higher floors. Our opening hand's not looking too hot, unfortunately. It will make it harder to use the Descend, I guess, but what can you do, you know? Okay. I was really hoping to see our Sharpens this turn, but that's okay. Looks like we got our channel song, which is not too bad. Might as well play that one. And okay, we have a giant Titan Sentry. You know, I'm okay with that. We'll deploy it. Get that Frostbite going. And in the meantime... where are these? Didn't I upgrade these with the same thing? Why are these different? Strength Stone plus 10. Multi-strike 2. Am I crazy? Did I not put the extra multi-strike on this one? I feel like I'm insane. I could have sworn I put the extra multi-strike on the one that I gave the extra attack to. I must have missed it. I guess I'll review the video footage at some point here. That's so weird. Okay. Well, nothing much I can do about it now. Just go ahead and deploy this, I guess, alongside our Mollusk Mage and our other Animus. And again, I'm not super looking to have an Animus down here. What I might do is try to restore the one from the top floor and then replace it or something. We'll see. In the meantime, no reason to heal here, so we'll just get some triggers going. Unfortunately, these Lance's not doing a whole lot. Probably going to look to actually keep this alive. It would be nice to have something down here for the boss to hit itself on while some of this health goes away. So definitely look to do that. Wait, no, this... Okay, now this does have multi-strike. I am so confused. Alright, guys. I think I'm... No, okay, this is the Battlestone. I'm going crazy, and I apologize to all of you viewing that you have to watch my descent into madness here, but I just don't know what's happening anymore. Alright, in the meantime, I'll fire off a couple of restores, and I'm playing this Ice Storm. I just have to decide if I'd rather play it down here or up here. I guess down here it'll at least kill some stuff, so might as well go ahead and do that. I would manage to kill literally nothing and still make this Frozen Lance useless. That's impressive. I guess I forgot it was Spell Shield too, so that actually makes sense, but who cares. Okay, we did get our focus growth. Start casting that down here to hopefully preserve this guy. And yeah, I think get some spikes going. And we're doing okay on health here, so let's get a couple of triggers. Enough energy for everything, so we'll continue healing here, descend this unit, and place it up here. And once again, heal this up, just to get rid of as many stacks as we can. Unfortunately, we're taking some attacks from these guys as well, but they'll at least die to frostbite afterwards. Not a ton of point playing these. I guess we could play this to try and strip some of the shields. I am interested in playing a couple of restores though, for sure, so focus on doing that first, and then yeah, I guess we'll do one of these. Of course, managed to hit all the wrong targets there. Alright, well, we're killing, that's good. Wasn't quite sure if our champion would last long enough with all the stealth, but looks like it will. I guess we just hit really, really hard, and then our Mollusk Mage gets to do a little bit of tanking, maybe. Okay. That went well. I'll even take a second focus growth, even though that one has holdover. I like to have the multiple big heals. Maybe we can keep the Titan Sentry alive a little bit more often. Don't think I'm super interested in these. Preserve could maybe do something. Is there anything I'm interested in possibly freezing? I could freeze the other focus growth for when I need it. I could freeze an ice storm. I don't know. I don't think it's that good. Neither's Frenzied Swarm here, so we'll just go ahead and skip. This looks like it's going to be a pretty Awoken dominant run. Stygian not doing a whole lot for us at the moment. Alright, this does cost 0, really good. Makes so much in gold every time we play it. I'm a big fan of all that. Alright, so another decision on where we want to go. If we go this way, we could actually afford a trinket, with the extra money especially. And we get 2 more removes. Certainly not bad, these Frozen Lances are pretty trash. And this direction, we get another cave vent, could be good, and Merchant of Magic. Certainly wouldn't mind giving this thing holdover. That would be pretty cool. Let's see, what else would be good? We could further enhance this other focus growth. Maybe do some of the Ice Storm and the Glimmer. So there's definitely some good upgrades we can pick up here. Let's see where we're going next. Probably hitting the Steel Merchant next. Try to finish some of these Animuses off. Final one, we would go to Magic again. That looks good. Yeah, so we're hitting a remove here and here. So what are we removing? We're removing 4 lances at the moment, would be the plan. If we get another remove, we could remove a 5th lance, and at that point it starts to get a little bit difficult. I don't really want to remove restores. So yeah, I think I'll skip this in favor of this side. And this time I'll do the cave vent first. There we go. Feeling lucky about this one. Let's see. Okay. That's fine. We obviously don't want to put in our good units, but I'm happy to do the spell rail spike on one of the lances, and then we'll remove the rest of them. So that'll actually get every lance out of our deck by the end of the round, which is great. And here, let's see, double stack, no, magic power and consume. Could maybe do that on a Glimmer. We have, as far as heals, we have better things going, and as far as damage, we also have now better things going. So I actually don't mind that. And -1 cost. Let's do that on the other focused growth. That's good. Quick reroll. Still not too interested in Permafrost, but I will take additional magic power on Ice Storm, I think. Still hoping for maybe holdover on this even for the final fight. Obviously the gold's not as good, but just 0 mana deal 60 is pretty strong, so. Grab one of these and reduce the cost on maybe one of these sharpens. Sure. Hold on to the rest of our cash, and we're off the face fell. Smaller top floor, totally fine. Alright, so let's just start getting set up here. Put you in the middle. Obviously get rid of this, and just kill everything. Robs us of some triggers, I guess, but I think that's fine. Maybe could have played it on the second floor there. Alright. Draw retreat, a little bit early for that one. But let's see. Which animuses are left? These are mostly the same one. I guess the other one has more multi-strike, but I'm still gonna just go ahead and get one going here. Don't really need a lot of health, so at this point we're just gonna throw down some triggers, and I guess we just murder the statue. I do actually want these guys to hit me, so I'm not gonna play these down there. Just murder this statue. Deploy our last units. Certainly play this penance. Play a sharpen. And we're still not missing much health, so I'll continue to just throw heals on this guy. And this is sort of the idea, is to toss the restores on the creature that's getting benefit from the double triggers, and just use the big heals to heal our champion whenever it actually needs it. expect one of those to survive, to be honest, but that's okay. We got our Consume Glimmer. Let's see here. I do want to play this. I guess I'll give this one more stack of spikes just to kill these 5 health guys. That'll be good. Like that. And Channel Song is dead now. That's a little bit unfortunate, but don't think I can really fix that too much, so I'll just go ahead and play my Mollusk Mage, play my Ultimate Penance, and now I'll play a Focus Griff down here for a little bit of safety. Alright, we redraw our Tornado, that's good stuff. I think I just fired this against the boss. Again, I don't really mind these guys hitting me too much. So, might as well do one of those. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll hit you with a heal. Hit you with a couple of heals. Lances, of course, terrible. That. One of the. Let's just do this. Sure. All right, here's the boss. Looks like it's dying already. Hit it with a couple of tornadoes. Call it a day. Adaptive mutation. Is that any good? I don't think that does what we want. So, unfortunately, the rest of these not too exciting. So, just gonna skip here, and definitely to just keep taking energy. We have plenty of draw. We're having trouble deploying all our cards. So, time to go this way and then finish off with another Magic Merchant. Looks good to me. Certainly plan to continue down this path over the rejuvenation path here. And let's see what we can do to our units. Quick, not actually that interesting. We don't want a quick unit on our champion floor, so like it's fine on the other ones, but let's see. Let's give you some extra attack. And then I will put health on one of these 2 units. I guess the Titan Sentry might as well pick it up. Okay, additional multi-strike. Let's do it on the correct unit this time. And then we got 2 5/10s, so this might as well have spikes, and we'll give our Mollusk Mage 10 more health to hope he doesn't steal as many buffs. Seems good to me. And of course, remove a couple of our lances here. Getting down to a pretty tight deck. It's sort of full of these dead weights, unfortunately. We're going to be drawing those a lot, but that's alright. Armor, and we have a sweep unit. The sweep unit concerns me. The 20 armor doesn't really. We have pretty high DPS, so I'm not that worried, and our Pyre's at full health as well, so I'm gonna take this. Okay, smaller middle is fine. Let's see. On the one hand, I don't want to throw the low health minion into the sweeper. On the other hand, it's just going to get cultivated, and it's not like it's dying in one hit, so I might as well get the one with lots of multi-strike down here, I think. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. And then here, we'll just throw down these two, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's totally okay with me. Sure. Okay, we do draw some more units. Let's see, our channel song's still in the deck, right? Yeah, it is. So I might look to skip out on playing this last Animus for the time being and try to channel song it later. That seems okay. So we'll just go ahead and play the Hollow and play the Mollusk Mage. And just drop this in the deck for the channel song for later. Might as well do this. We really need healing at the moment. You're both dying. Unless I could... Well, actually, if I do this, I can not take any Ember Drain, which would be great. And let's see, definitely, no, not you, heal you. And I'll just dump this Ember. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too relevant. Sweeper, and okay, our channel song we got right away, so that paid off pretty nicely. Go ahead and deploy that unit. And yeah, for now nothing really needs healing, so we'll just throw some at this unit and probably put a razor sharp edge somewhere. Might as well be this, I suppose. A bit of a tough turn here, unfortunately, but it's alright. Let's see, if I take this off this floor, does this then make it through? Unfortunately, it looks like it does, but I can maybe kill it with the Ice Tornado next turn or something. So I'm going to do so, I think. Makes you miss out on this holdover, but our deck's small enough that it's not too big a deal. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, this lives for now, but it's okay. You're 10 health. It's an unfortunate number. I'd really like to not have to waste these insanely huge spells, but I think just to not get drained, I will play one of them up here. And then just have to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life here. I guess my spells aren't going to kill these guys anyway, so I might as well use some of these other cards rather than playing the expensive Ice Tornado. So just do that. Play a couple of heals just to get me back up closer to full. And don't know how much I care about spikes necessarily, but I guess playing these cards doesn't really accomplish much, so I may as well. Obviously this Ember Drain sucks, but what can you do? Just go ahead and keep healing. I mean, this should handle the boss. Yep, and it does. Alright. nice, no pyre damage, and completed the trial there. And now we have to decide if we want an expensive card like Awake. The extra regen is definitely nice on the Awoken Hollow. We have a lot of gold and we're going to hit a Magic Merchant, so I think I'm okay with it. We need some cards in our deck we actually want to play once we get rid of everything else, you know? No real room for these guys. I'm not super excited about Drains. I think I'll skip here. Alright, go this way. Let's see if we can do double stack. Could be nice to get Regen 6 here, but 4 is a little too much my pace. Let's just see what trinkets we can get. Consume cards, restore Pyre health. Don't think we need that, nor do we really have consume cards, so not too good there. Applying Frozen to random cards in our hand is okay, but once again, not that exciting. Our deck's pretty small, we cycle through it quickly, and the drop cage, not something I'm that excited about. Let's reroll and see if we get something better. I mean, this would be cool if we had ended up on the other side, but on this side it doesn't do anything. We don't discard cards, so Improved Firebox is the only one we could pick up here, and quite frankly, with the Hell's Banner, we really don't need this. Our first turn is fine. So, pretty bad trinkets. It's really unfortunate. Let's see what we can do with these. The double stack. Like, we have so much money, I may as well put it somewhere. Is 8 spikes, like, good for an extra? God, the extra cost is just so much. Yeah, the money's not a concern, but it's just not worth it on anything for the extra mana, unfortunately. I will reduce the cost on Awake, and we're looking to remove these two, so I don't need to improve them. Still like the restores just for the regen, honestly. They're like not that bad. So just reroll that. Remove Consume. Okay, we could remove Consume from Channel Song or Glimmer. No thank you. I'll take some power now on this, I suppose. And make this 1, sure. And we have 500 extra gold. Let's see, I will certainly remove these lances. And what am I looking to duplicate at this point? So I can duplicate one of the good heals, obviously that's fine. I can duplicate like the 0 mana tornado, not so bad. I could see duplicating one of these. I guess the 13 times 4 most likely. Since we have the Restoring Retreat and the Channel Song, it just means we'll find room for it eventually in the fight. So I might actually just do that. It sounds like fun over getting more of these spells. Why not? And do I want to purge any cards out of this deck? I could purge the Permafrost, like the unimproved Ice Tornado. It's not doing much. I could also get rid of the expensive Sharpen. Yeah, I guess there's a couple of cards I don't mind dumping, so I'll get rid of the expensive Sharpen. It's kind of trash. And like this Ice Tornado is not so bad because it at least has Permafrost, so once we draw it once, we don't have to play it, but I think it's still crappy enough that I'm okay with getting rid of it. But every other card in the deck I'm happy with, so let's just go to the boss. Should have maybe checked what the boss was at some point during this run. That's like a thing that intelligent people do when they go to make a run of Monster Train, but I didn't. However, now I know it served the patience, so hopefully it doesn't slaughter us. Our tanks have pretty good health, so I think we'll be alright, but could certainly get awkward. Let's see. Alright, once again our Frostbite's going to end up at the top, that's fine. Oof. Am I brave enough to set up down here? think I am, but I might play the Glimmer so I don't get hit for 45 right off the bat. It means the boss is getting quite a few triggers here, but I do think it's fairly relevant that I set up on this floor with the Sentient, so... yeah. Not in love with it. Yikes, that's a lot of damage. And we draw a couple of other Animus and our Woken Hollow. We have to once again buff the boss. Man, this is scary stuff, but again, I don't think we can afford to wait too much on this, so certainly played this one, and this is fine as well. It is taking 90 this turn. It's scary, but we're getting some good buffs out of it. Ah, man. Alright, I'm going to throw these heals out. I have to decide whether I want to play this Animus of Will or not. If we draw the Titan Sentry next turn, it's totally fine, but if we draw the other Animus, it can get a bit awkward. If the boss comes up here and decides to attack us, we'll just lose this Animus. So... I think I'm going to play it safe for now, and this I'm going to hold on to for a rainy day as well. Alright, well, we did draw the Sentry, that's okay. We also drew the Channel Song, which kind of helps. So, I'll be looking to fire both these off. We drew the Mollusk Mage. Not what I was expecting or hoping to draw, but it's not the worst, honestly. We'll toss it down and we'll play these two as well. Man, this has gotten every single rally trigger it can, which is really not what we want in this fight. But I just don't think we can afford to not do this, unfortunately. Let's see. I do want this to hit just so we can clear the melee weakness, so I'm not gonna Ice Tornado that. I definitely want some spikes on my champion. A little bit of regen here and a little bit of Razor Sharp somewhere. This looks like a fine place for it. And I'm gonna keep holding on to the Tornado. Fine place. Do have to keep healing the champion, unfortunately, even with the boss here. Okay, it's totally fine. We'll retreat this. Get this awake going, that's really good. This might die, but like, we don't care that much at this point. I'm certainly looking to save our other tanks more. Would really love to get the Sharpen going again, but I really, really don't want to give this any more attack. It's just so much right now. So I'm gonna wait for that to come back around, I think. Keep playing focused growths. Okay, we're not dead. We're not dead. That's all good news. Our Channel Song's gone, right? Yeah, okay, so we get to play this up here. And probably start deploying the edges on it. It's going to end up being the furthermost back here. And this looks like this is going to be the floor that's actually going to do the work here. So yeah, I'll deploy that. think I have to play the Ice Tornado just to keep our health a little bit better. Okay, not the greatest, but fine. And play Restore down here. And you just barely stay afloat. Okay. Got a retreat, it's decent. Only drew the one focused growth, which is so good. That's okay. A couple of restores here are definitely something we want. Two waves remaining. Yeah, I'm willing to do this now. This guy can die, that's fine. Which one is more important? I think the Razor Sharp is more important. We really need to get this thing healed back up to full. It's going to be critical. Okay. The Awake is good. Oh my god. Alright, we managed to heal out of that at least. That's good. We're dealing 400 damage to the boss. That's also not bad, honestly. Yeah, the restores just aren't going to help that much here, so I'd rather pump them into the bottom where they're going to do something. We're doing 1,000 damage here, that's not so bad, and I think I'm going to avoid healing that just so I can try to get this guy healed up and rejuvenated just as much as humanly possible. If we do that, you just have to think about whether the Ice Tornado is worth playing. There's a reasonable chance it eliminates this, so I think that's worth it. Yeah, that had like 500 damage, it's definitely good. Our Mollusk Mage doing some solid tanking here. Oh yeah, 1480 we have easily. Yeah, throw a couple more heals. And we're in great shape. Alright. Managed to win. Lots of multi-striking ladies. Alright, another good run to get us back on track. I do think that version of the Awoken Hero is just easily the best one of the bunch. You saw there just how insane it made things. And the card draw it gives you is really, might not be as obvious of a benefit as the stat increase, but it's really, really important and great. 3 extra cards a turn just for playing your champion is completely broken in my opinion. We took a retrial, we took no pyre health damage at the end there, so just really smooth run. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll be back for more.